What up, y'all? Mic check. Yep. Cam check. Looks like we're good. We're gonna just jump right in on it. Psychedelic, what's happening? Eric on YouTube, what's up? BM, what's happening? Alright. What is that? Sorry, I was like listening to the the music for a bit. Hmm. Or is this whisper? Do I even wanna? It's got 35 minutes. That's a Nightmare Dungeon too as well. This one? Yeah. It's good. Got a max roll umbrus aspect saying on your air perdition. That's very good. Running victimized barrage. What made you go victimize over close quarters combat? Just out of curiosity. Okay. Barrage is one of those things where you kind of have to get up close anyway. So for the extra breakpoint, 2 extra breakpoints you get for doing close quarters combat. Just makes it feel better to spam. I've done both, which is why I was, you know, wondering what made you want to do that one. But that's very nice though. Umbrus on the on a helm is actually like very good. I actually have it on my pants, as a saint on my Tabalt's Will, which is like baller. You got to play a lot this season. You're Paragon 231. Yeah. Well, I guess it kind of goes both ways, right? Like I haven't played that much this season relative to how much I would have played so far. More so due to work, but yeah. Like day one, I only played like maybe 7 or 8 hours, which is not me at all. Some stupid screenshots. Double Shaco. +2 passive on Shroud? Wait, how did that happen? Like, did that happen from like a greater affix roll or something, or greater affix thing? It's visual only. Aren't they fixing that next patch anyway though? Like to make sure that works, that actually does work. No. But what up, BlackRock? Took the 5/5 areas with GA core skill, and that's all bad. Most of my sinks are pretty bad, to be honest. And some of them were like better off if I didn't sink them at all. But it is what it is. Victimize a close quarter on Heartseeker build. Up to you, honestly. You can reach the break point without the close quarters combat attack speed buff. So at that point, it just becomes whether or not you want to play up close or you want to play at a distance. Either one works fine. I just wrote it as Victimize on max roll because people like playing Heartseeker like a bow rogue. So, and the difference between the two is like not even a single pitch here. So, yeah. Just not made to be set down and play for 20 hours a day anymore. Just made to have everything done in a week. Just mainly because of the player, though. We've gotten to take Titan Generation. They can't. Oh, they're taking this, man. Was that something? For me, it was the start time. I'm so accustomed to the start time being like in the afternoon for me, like 1 p.m. in the afternoon. But since it started at like 11:30 p.m. for me, that really, and I didn't prepare for that. Like I didn't like rearrange my sleep schedule or anything to accommodate for that at all. Not that I didn't want to, I just was I was busy and I kind of forgot. So it was just kind of like a, oh well type thing. Let's do an 8. Just for legendary, I've been grabbing what's all season. Yeah, but I mean, the season's been out for like 5 days though. If we were able to hit all of our stuff in like 4 or 5 days, then we have nothing to do or chase for. The whole point of the whole sanctification thing is to keep the loot chase going in a way. I'm not saying it's a good or a bad thing. I'm just saying like, I know like the community tends to, the community as a whole tends to complain about we not having much to do or whatever. with the grind being like real short and we're done with the season like too quickly. So like the whole sanctification thing kind of throws a wrench in that a little bit. In mostly a good way. I say mostly. Some people will get incredibly lucky, and then others will never see what they want on most items. I'm pretty sure I'm in the latter camp. But such is the true nature of an action RPG. Somewhere out there, someone has multiple grandfathers. Yeah, right, exactly. See, yeah. When I play Demon Hunter, if it comes out, oh, absolutely. I prefer Demon Hunter over Rogue anyways, any day. I don't really see it being a thing though, just because there's too many overlaps unless they redesign Rogue to be something different. Like just make Rogue like an assassin class. Like maybe like for the expansion or something. I don't know. That's a pretty decent round. Good. I got enough of the chest. That's all I got about. What is chill vibes about Infernal Horse? I needed the Whispered Cache. And I also got to finish some season journey stuff, so figure I do too. Knock out two birds, one stone. You know that saying. I didn't see that goblin. You Caden started Paladin. Now you're one of you. How are you liking the Paladin? Not enough of that, huh? Like I said, that wasn't too bad, but I'm gonna hold on to all the boots. I can just slam them and kind of hope for something good. I love zooming on the sword, but it reminds me of Earthquake Bar, in which season where you just walk around, everything dies around you to Earthquake. I tried a few things, leveling up pretty cool. Looking forward to fast skill tree reworks. Yeah, I think that's kind of where most of my excitement is probably gonna like kind of hit. Not saying I'm not enjoying the season. I mean, I am. I like most of the things that they did this season for sure, but like most of the builds that we're playing is like the way Rogue feels is just the same. We're using the same things that we have for multiple seasons. There's like one build which I've seen it before. And I did a planet for it like 2 seasons ago. It's like a poison rain of arrows thing. Someone decided to do scoundrels leathers with Rain of Arrows and just get rid of both the core skill and the basic attack, and just use Poison Trap with Beast Fall Boost to reset the ultimate cooldown, which is actually quite cool looking. It's strong. Like I would consider it stronger than like the regular way of playing Rain of Arrows, but it's close. And it's just such a unique way of like doing it. It's actually kind of cool to watch. But stuff like that is rare. We're just kind of like stuck with mostly the same stuff that we've been doing. I know, Krana. Peacha, what's happening? What's your Peacha, what's your what do you call it? What's your flurry doing now? I saw your leaderboard speed clear to 85 and like 3, I think it is. Yeah, 90 in less than 5. Okay, that's good. So I spent some time like in the later afternoon after I got off of work before going back to work. Kind of going back and forth between different Rain of Arrow setups. And like I'm finding that anytime got a ring. Anytime that I would do the stuff with the shard and try to like, you know, cast precision every time or cast the precision every time a Skyhunter, that has felt, no matter what I've done so far, even with Orphan Maker, it's felt like it's slightly inferior to just the 1-to-1 Beast Fall Boost spam, and definitely inferior to the Skyhunter Beast Ball Boost 1-to-1 spam with precision instead of a victimize, but only if you can catch the rotation correctly and not fudge it up or whatever and do no damage. So I think I'm actually gonna drop the shot of Varathio in general, just because it's like the benefit, the would-be benefits does not seem to be outweighing the benefits of not having a shard. Even though on paper it would suggest otherwise. Yeah, all of my testing has been like on 95s, basically 90s and 95s or whatever. And that has been the conclusion basically each time. Yeah, and it feels better to also do the 1-to-1 versus the 3-to-1 thing. Greater to a greater affix, really. There's no reason for me to keep this. Are people deciding to play D4 instead of PoE 2? Well, certainly people are deciding to watch D4 instead of watching PoE 2. So maybe you answered your own question. Or people might be playing both. I know, crazy thought. You would think looking on the internet that you have to do one or the other. But when you say, yo, I'm going to play both, people are like, what? No way. Like, no way. P4 is a better game. Why not play it? PRT needs some more content and balance and done. That's definitely subjective. And you are entitled to your subjective opinion, just like anyone who feels the other way around. Same ordeal, right? You might enjoy one better than the other, but I think it's hard to objectively say one is the other. One is better than the other at the moment. But they both do definitely have the pros and cons. And they're different enough for you to actually enjoy them in different ways. Which is why I find it, so interesting that the communities feel like they have to pin them again, against each other. It's like, what if I like both? What if I like playing both? That's not really allowed though. See? Loot. Loot tickler, yeah, see? Not allowed. No, not a legendary power I wanted. Ironically enough though, that would be pretty nice for some resource. But I don't really need that. No, I'm gonna hold on to it just because who knows. Throw that in here. But yeah, Peachy. With that being said, though, like I'm so not interested in Pit. I mean, I really wasn't before, but I'm definitely not this season. More so is because of the fact that I also know that the tower is around the corner, and that's like, once that's there, no one's gonna really care about Pit. People only care about it now is because we don't have tower yet. So it's like, oh well, I need something to test my new Sinks with. Hence Pit. Wait, what's this? Choose my reward. Oh, it's up here. Yeah, I'm just unfortunately though, like I gotta play test the builds and then update the guides and stuff, so I gotta do Pit. The obligation. So I was gonna be checking my awesome certifications. I mean, pretty much. Speaking of which, you got any GA Dex bow or GA Dex crossbows you don't want? Or even any Penitent Greaves or Beast Fall Boost you don't want? Or hell, any Skyhunters and Mortal Hakons? Since you've been gearing up me and Matthias basically by yourself. Literally our supplier. Let's do this one. Anyone have an ancient God Slayer crown you can have? I don't keep them. My bad. I'm assuming for the ancient version of Heartseeker. Ancient variation. Oh, Brandish palette. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah, I don't have one. If I find one to stream, I'll hand it over to you. You need like turning your whisper. Yeah, I clicked on it, but didn't finish the clicking. never know which ones to pick of these. Like, does anyone like? I never know which one to actually pick. When I upload the build, which build? I don't know if I'm going to be doing any video guides this season, to be honest. But all of my builds are on max roll. So it'll be more so me updating all my builds again after playtesting them again. That I raise your to boss plus Umbras with Death Mask plus Neutrality. I think I might have kept the Death Mask for you. I think it was like 2 days ago or something. I was like, Future might want this. I don't know. I'm sure you probably have like a 7 GA Death Mask though. So. I'll check my stash. Here, Shindim, what's going on? Man, that's too late. I got my upgrade today. Well, probably worth 65, so I get an air power. What'd you get on yours? I see. Why am I fighting that? Oh, well. Oh, you got enshrouding. Got it. Okay, that's what you meant. Okay. I kind of misread that. Let's put the free the prisoners, huh? Oh, the other one's gone. Sad. Oh wait, there's a unique version of this? I wonder if this is even worth doing still. I like the what is worth doing anyways, Peachy? I feel like I kind of just chase whispers and the occasional Helltide. Still on Lucian? Yeah. Yep. Gotta be. Hmm. I guess I can't do that. Hmm. Actually, do I even need any points on this? I don't. Actually, why do I have? Oh, I guess okay. I guess that works then. Actually, didn't realize how low of crit chance I actually am at the moment. Granted, I was doing a 3-to-1, so it wasn't a problem before. But now that I'm doing 1-to-1 again, I kind of forgot. And concealment goes off every other time at my speed, so. So we got 52. 78. I don't know. Air prediction actually might be. I don't know. Air prediction might actually be an upgrade. Either that, or I should consider trying to get more crit chance in other places. So new ring. Speaking of which, actually. Oh wait, actually, wait a minute. No, never mind. That's lucky hit.
A warrior. Fight hard, eh? Make the devils pay.
Media stream online meeting. Okay. Oh. What does my air look like? But then I'm gonna quake, and then was it Pox Zan? I'm gonna be squishier for sure if I did that though. 4 skills, sanctified. Whatever. Oh, I got total resistance on it. Although I probably should have done a better job at the whatchamacallit, but too late for that now.
Live raided my stream with 4 viewers.
Yo, Dark Side,
Krog
we
with
just
the
got
raid.
raided, son. You know how we do. Drop my new beat for these new viewers.
Sheezy. Out. What is going on, man? He said, this guy's a favorite to raid simply for that. Well, that is probably the plan. Maybe the plan. Wink. But yeah, appreciate you, man. How's it hanging? I think of what else, man. I know I have more access to crit chance other places. Could do this at 9. That put me from like 76 to 80. I guess should be enough. Since it is only every other time that I have to worry about. Don't need that there. I still forgot I had that there. So I guess I can kind of keep the whatchamacallit now that I got that. That should have boosted me up by another 15%. Okay. Let's just have a skill point left. Here. I legit can't think of anywhere else to put it, but we can just put it there. Be done with it. It's my favorite hell tide. I guess we'll hit this up. Oh, you made partner. All right. Congrats, man. So I'm out quite a bit. I'm actually been thinking about like reinstalling Diablo Immortal on my phone for when I'm out. You don't play the game, boss race by everywhere on Edix. How's that going for you though, Krug Live? Can I just transfer servers over, or how does that work? 'Cause I mean, I still have an account with. I mean, I'm pretty sure all of my stuff sucks now though, because it's been years. Oh, first one is free. Okay. I might have to take you up on that. full of whispers already. Oh, explosions! They gotta do something about those explosions, man. They're so like, I mean, I don't know, man. Like I am a fan of having to pay attention to things, but I do feel like when they overlap and stuff, it's just so difficult to like guess the timings of which ones are gonna actually explode and when there's like a 30 gajillion of them on the ground. At that point, it's not decision making; it's run for your life. And like that doesn't feel good in my opinion. My account's a little up there, but the game's changed so much, and for the better of the community. I get you fully set back. I'll just let you know. Okay. Like I said, I'm definitely out more on a road. So do your mollywopped. You guys aren't kidding anything?
Thank you.
Come on. I already did one, so I did my contribution. I've always liked the gameplay. I think there's been people like anytime that I mention Diablo Immortal, you know, the first thing people talk about is, you know, the pay to win and, you know, all those like fiascos like towards the beginning of the game, right? But I think me and DM, you know, Darth Microtransaction, both have said the same thing, where it's like the base game was always good. Like the gameplay and all that, like felt really, really good for a mobile game. Like it really did. Even the PvP was actually like fun. But of course, you know, you had that one little thing in the beginning where it was kind of rough for those who may have wanted to try to like, you know, further their gear a bit, which is understandable. But you were able to do everything you really want to do in the game without paying a single cent, really. You there? So, Krog, when you said you made partner, did you make Twitch partner or Diablo partner? Or both? Yellow partner. Are you going to BlizzCon? If so, like you'll meet a lot of us there. Like we tend to all kind of hang out with each other. How much is your cooldown range? No idea. All I know is that it's low enough for me to 1-to-1 spam or 3-to-1 spam if I went with the shard route. You don't really need to know, to be honest with you. Like the only thing you really need, for sure, is to have cooldown, a GA cooldown on the random rails, on the Rotor Con, and then after that, you don't really need any more cooldown reduction. Whereas it's not so fast like that. I'm also doing the victimized version right now. Which is also on the Maxroll website. But like yesterday, I was doing. I don't know if you were here yesterday, Vinny. But I was doing it with the shard of Arathio yesterday, which was okay. You don't know if you're going? I'm awkward, bro. Don't say that. If you think you're awkward, you haven't met like half the partners, man. All of us are a bit weird, which is why it works. I'm telling you. And you don't have to know many other partners, man. Like a lot of them are very welcoming. Trust. I thought the same thing when I went 2 years ago. But the BlizzCon vets and the Diablo partner vets would totally make you feel welcome, man. Show you all the ropes, where to go, all the good restaurants and stuff. Like, we got you, man. Yeah, but if you want to know weird though, like meeting Woody Joe in person and him not really understanding like the American customs or whatever, being enamored by how much food is on the plate is like absolutely hilarious. I think I hung out with him like a lot on the first day. And like, you know, you see him online, like you see him on Twitch, and you know he's always, you know, all knowledgeable and like, you know, really good at what he does and whatnot. And then like you meet him in real life, and like you're just like, you know, like it's like you're like starstruck for a second. It's like, you know, it's like the freaking Steph Curry of like D4 or whatever. I don't know, like whatever you want to say about him. But then when it's like you start coming like these real life stuff where it's like, you know, him being European and going to a CVS pharmacy and like looking like completely lost with how just shopping works is actually quite hilarious. Rob was the same way. But nah, man, it's all good times, man. You got a 59 on hard curl. At least you died young. Which saying that out loud probably doesn't sound too good, does it? But Where the maggots at? Oh, no one put it in the thing. I was like, where the enemies at? They're going to. I'm very new to the partner program. That we just go on by them like everyone else. So do me a favor and talk to Bloodshed, like DM. So just private message Bloodshed and the partner area thing. Just by clicking his name and literally say what you just said. Yeah, literally just go, hey, look, I'm new to this whole thing. Doxa says I should go to BlizzCon. What do I need to do? You know, how does this work? And he would be more than happy to like walk you through that. There are some things I can't say here because some of it is kind of NDA-ish. But Bloodshed will kind of give you more information on it. From a partner perspective. I'll go if you come back and try the army. In fact, actually, if you go, I'll play with you while we're there and talk to you in person. Although I probably will play before then. But that is a long time. That is quite a while from now, but yes. Let me open the chest. But yeah, just talk about it with Bloodshed for a bit. There it is, finally. Bro, I couldn't get that silent chest with the key for like ever. It took forever. But I've been looking for that for like ever. I'm skating now. The description of Woody and TVS actually. The funny thing is that he was never afraid to ask questions about stuff. Like if he didn't know something, like he would ask, and with no shame. And sometimes it would be like the most hilarious thing because you have to kind of remember, you know, where he's from or whatever. And so you just have to walk him through the process. It was fun times.
You can take what's left.
Like Woody's short. Like when you see him on like cam, he looks like he'd be a tall guy, but he's actually short. It's funny because Rob is the opposite. Like Rob is like basketball height status. Like bro. How tall am I? I am 5'8.5". So not very tall. I'm very average height.
That's for salvage.
What's it gonna go? I think it's probably somewhere around. Yeah, let's go up here. I think I finished leveling my glyphs. I think I'll pick up back Heartseeker towards the end of this week or early next week. He's 6 feet, but build like a Slenderman. Oh, there's a chest. I'm out of elixir juice. I'm hoping to get like an accelerating sanctification at some point. For a build like this would be very nice to have. Especially since I kind of really want to use a two-hand crossbow with this over the bow. Even though the bow definitely attacks a little faster, but like two-hand crossbow hits pretty hard with this. And the passive also works a little better for it too. And nothing over here. We'll go do something else. I'm at 40. And I don't look like it, but I'm old. Most of the other partners are pretty much within like the 30, like between 30 and 50 per se. Probably like low 30s to mid 40s. It's kind of like your range. Yeah, a few people who are like, you have like a few that are younger than that, but most are definitely in like the mid 30s and up. Ayo Elena or Elena. She brought her whole family to last BlizzCon. No, not BlizzCon. I think it was the Spiritborn event. The Spiritborn thing in July last year. She brought her whole family. Wasn't a partner yet. At BlizzCon, the previous BlizzCon. DJ Carter said you're 40, like 40. I'm like, yeah. Wait till I shave, man. Like when this is like clean, all this is like clean shaved, or like like shaped up or whatever. I look even younger than that. Like I actually look like I'm a little older because I'm a little scruffy right now. But when that's clean. Do I have any shards? I do. That's good. Got quite a few of them. If I straight raise it, I'd be getting ID like crazy. I still get ID'd everywhere I go. And half the time I get like second looks. Because I'm pretty sure they're probably wondering like if it's actually like a fake ID. Like no way you're this age. But no worries though. Like I have students who didn't know I was like, who I've been teaching for like a year and a half who did not know, they did not know how old I was. There's one student, her name is Grace, and she's usually pretty like oblivious to things. People call her like Spacey Gracie. But yeah, she found out like a week and a half ago like my actual age. She could not believe it. She's like, no way. She thought I was like 26 or 27. I'm like, no, not even. But you got a baby face. It's like, gee, thanks. Have any kids? No. No kids. That, oh, this is an escalation. Really want to do escalation? Are escalations even worth it? This season, like, did it make any like progress or anything? I thought you were gonna meet as well. Oh no, no man, you're good. Feel free to ask the questions. By the way. Haven't had them in the sleep night. No. Nope. I was gonna ask. I'm like, what is this portal? Okay, all these are bad. Flavor shrines, down reserve, 15 shades. I'm gonna do it since I haven't done this in a while.
I hope with
You're there! Please! Help us get out of here!
Not bad. It's a good to see what's going on. How dance is not after the bus unique. You're still using it to proc poison trap. So the pants are useless. It's actually pretty okay, like pretty decent with like as a poison trap procer, but that's about it. But it looks really cool though, like the actual setup with dancing knives with poison traps or whatever. It's like really cool looking. With the 5 gifted subs. You sir, appreciate you. I'm just here if it's okay. I sent you a link to the video. Yeah, man. Sure thing. Promise any copy anything. Like I am not that guy. If you found inspiration or like that, I am not gonna, I'm not gonna say anything. Will do, Krog. 2 more bandits, huh? Yeah, man. See you later. That actually wasn't too bad. Oh, mythic tribute. I'm saying that like I actually need it. I just don't really ever see him. That's not it. What did I see? I swore I saw like a, or was it major tribute? And I swore I saw it. Oh well.
It is done.
Yeah. I don't think there's any other ones I'm gonna keep there. Just wonder if I'm gonna just do the Asmodan grind, like most people are doing right now. I was worried about. Yeah, like a key I can do. We do heroic strong. Permanent means. Still never know which one to pick for these. I'm not gonna get it. I said that must not too long. A boss in 2 minutes?
Came apart nicely. Father bless. What do you need? You can take what's left.
That's a legion, okay. Out. Get my last little thing up here. So I got a while to go on that one. This is the only one I have left though. Is the Inferno Awards. Then here, Sanctify. Okay. I ain't got too long to go then. I kind of want to non-resource. Sure. Now we got a treasure breach. Any of these new ones worth? Some more whispers though. That's gold reserve. Gen reserve. I guess I'll keep all those. Your ass? Okay, we can do that. We're gonna try to. Midnight. What's going on? Go straight. Isn't gonna be anything good. I mean, that was not worth one unique out of that. Never again am I using that one. Alright. It's looking like it's coming down to Asmodan. Asmodan farm. Wait, wasn't this just Altide? I guess it gets refreshed right there. No sigils. Okay. Asmodan. Diablo 4 same as Diablo 3? No. It does take some inspiration from Diablo 3, but they're definitely, they play different for sure. Trying to pick up all this stuff. what is it, end game in Diablo 4? Have something similar like Greater Rifts. The pit is something like that, and the tower is supposed to be something more like that. The tower doesn't really come until January. But there's there's more activities than there are in D3. I will put that. I would do that. However, I will say that the Paragon grind, as much as we kind of hated it in Diablo 3, kind of, because it was kind of endless and it was all that was left to do, still kind of felt a little bit better than like doing Paragon at all in D4, which is unfortunate considering that, like, you know, they had all this time, and I feel like they went backwards in Paragon, not forwards. But I mean, if you liked D3 like at all in any capacity, you will like D4. I only get 15 for that. But I feel like that's kind of a rip-off. Delve, protection shrines. What's your pit level? What does that mean? Like, you mean like the highest pit that I've chosen to do? I don't push pit. I find it very boring and one-dimensional. But most I've done was like 95s in like 4 minutes roughly on this setup. 3.5 minutes, 4 minute 95s. Or gem leveling, glyph leveling. So you're looking at about like at my gear level, I don't know, 105, 104, 105, maybe 106. Top end with the current gear and sanctifications I have, which is not much, honestly. Which I put the vids out too. Didn't like it, but he loved D3. Yeah, but then you would definitely like D4. And like now is probably the best time to get into it. This is actually one of the better seasons that Diablo 4 has had, and the paladin, the paladin is definitely a lot of hype. Duke, what's up? So like, yo, I was thinking about you in the recent, because we haven't been to whatchamacallit in a while. Hope all is well. I love that little ending animation. How you just like that. That's so like. Yo, you get so much out of these chests. Same old, same old. Sorry, being the bad friend. Yo, it's not you, it's me. I tested him wrong. All right, cool. Yeah. Marching season's been really hectic for me too, man. But now that's over, man, just hit me up any night of the week or whatever, or weekend. S11 is such a cool world boss. That was a great design choice. Dude has a lot to say at the end of that. It's like, bro, forget it. And here's her of this. There is a lot of sigils. Got another treasure breach. Okay, cool. And wisdom. You got like 8, 9 forgotten wisdoms in a row. Dude, how many sigils? Let's get like at least 30 something sigils that drop from that one. Cause ain't no way. Challenge shrines, gold reserve, Val splendor. Bruno, what's going on, sir? Boss master. Not much on the Pally train right now. Here Paladin's a lot of fun. Of course Paladin's the strongest class right now. But that was gonna be obvious, of course. Who was the guy who needed a Godslayer's crown? Pretty sure I doubt he's still in chat. This is like earlier in the stream, about like an hour or some change ago. What's the temp in New York right now? 20 degrees. It's been pretty cold where I'm at too, man. Like below freezing temperatures in the south. So last night or the night before that, it was like 16 degrees. Like in the southeast. Think about that crossbow and the gloves. I'm gonna pick up all the things I actually want to pick up. You think it was Manhattan? I haven't been to Manhattan in about 18 years. No, longer than that. 28 years. Which is kind of sad. Considering I'm like from Brooklyn. I don't go back up there to really visit. Upstate Marshland Prairie in the for a small town. I was like, man, I didn't know a place like this existed. Yeah, well, because of course like New York being in the mainstream, like you always hear about like the boroughs or the like those kind of things. New York is much more than that, but like just like when you think of Florida, you think of Miami and Jacksonville because of like the entertainment stuff or whatever. You know what I mean? I might have no life this game for 3 days with my power bills. I feel like I haven't played enough. I've been pretty casual-ish. Which sounds weird, coming from me to say that, but like kind of true. I guess I haven't had much time to really play like I want. It's been life has been lifing. So I can only play when I stream now, which is like in the recent like 4 hours a day, roughly 4 or 5 hours a day, which is kind of peanuts compared to what I used to do for opening streams. I still don't have max gems everywhere. It's kind of funny.
Come again.
Still doesn't matter. Not okay. Not even. I guess if I salvage all these. Am I close now? Okay, good. Now I have all max gems now. Took forever. Aver these Paladin bills run Shroud. Out here looking for Bach runes. What you need Bach runes for? For crafting or just like? Got 6 job runes. I just say all 6 was a miracle. Runes are dropping a bit more now. This in general. So they were definitely easier to get. How many tiers will I have? Not many. Kinda did, sir. .5%. Hold on to that though. $16 max resource. I guess I'll add to that too. This was someone looking to trade out today. A nightmare key that had Mythic Goblin. Yep. He wouldn't invite anyone. At the very least, you know, charge for it, right? Like, charge a lot of gold for that. Because it's definitely worth. That's an instant 5 mythics. This one has max resource on it, okay. I don't think I have enough for another set. No, I don't. Let's see what I got. 290. That behavior should get you trying. Oh man. I have no words for that.
What will it be?
Let's try some. The maximum resource. We'll just
Peter underscore Odin raided my stream with
Yo,
5
dog
views.
son,
Peter
we just
with the
got
raid.
raided, son. You know how we do. Drop
going
my
on,
new
sir?
beat for these new viewers.
cheesy. Out. What is going on, man? How you been?
That there worth it.
Never gets old. The speed.
Not bad.
I think these will have to be swords. Okay, these will work.
Unexpected.
So now I need to do 28. And still. Am I liking the season? I think they actually did a really good job this season. I'll give him that. I'm still like,
That there is worth the coin.
I'm still kind of like, how do I phrase this? So I kind of wish there was more love shown to like the classes builds and stuff, like I guess the way the classes perform. I feel like we're playing with a lot of the same tools and builds we've been playing for a long time now. So like, it's like the rest of the game around the classes has changed quite a bit, but the classes themselves feel very linear versus what they've always been. So it's kind of like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like, imagine like inhabiting like a new planet, but your job is the same and your car is the same and your house is the same, but like, but the world you're living in, and it's like vastly different. It's kind of like that's probably the better way I can kind of explain it. But like, with that being said, I mean there are lots of good things that they've done. You feel like they should have added their note to all classes and not just Pally. They will in the expansion. Like they will definitely go above and beyond that for sure in the expansion, but I'm not surprised to not see that for the other classes. Should they have done it? Sure. Am I surprised? No. Graphics added. Graphics added. Oh, that actually would have been pretty cool if I can afford the maximum resource hit. I even got 40 whatchamacallit charges there. Third node. Yeah, there's gonna be a bit more branching out in the expansions in terms of what's possible. Like, you know, in terms of skill tree, it's gonna look less like a skill twig than it does right now in the future. But I guess the thing is that, you know, I guess Paladin was probably, I'm pretty sure that the Paladin and whatever the other class was going to be introduced in the expansion, and then they decided to bring the Paladin out earlier. So I think the intent was for the Paladin to kind of have a skill tree that the others were going to have at the expansion, but they decided to release the Paladin a little early as like a treat or a way to actually be able to get pre-orders. really, for the expansion, so they can, you know, either meet quarterly goals or whatever that the higher ups really wanted. Which worked. I mean, it worked. That worked well, sure. So so I'm not surprised to see the Pally having things that the other classes don't, for sure. Peter, is that what's question for you? What are your thoughts on Cess finally coming to D4? I'm a little worried. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like we don't have enough slots right now for legendary affixes as it is. Like, we don't have enough slots for them. You know, then you start adding sets on top of that, and it's like, okay, well, I really can't fit in some of the more unique or some of the more interesting aspects that I wouldn't have mind trying. Just there's no room, you know. So, now, as long as they do like 2-piece sets or 3-piece sets, I'm fine. But if they do all this whole like freaking 5 or 6-piece set, you know, shenanigan stuff, like no. Like, no, like just straight up no. That was one of the things I hated most about D3 was that those freaking 6-piece sets. Could like a beta test for Pally, could be. Hope sets work more for key passes rather than builds and skills. Honestly, the thing is that like we have a whole ass Paragon board system, which they can make it do interesting things other than just more damage, right? Because right now that's all it is, right? Like the whole freaking Paragon board is just more damage. Nothing else that's remotely interesting about them. They don't change your build. They don't do anything like that. Yeah, you get what I'm saying. The other class is super barbarian, right? Cosmic Post, what's going on, man? Bro, that blind lasts for so long. It's a pretty bad run, actually. This should have gone way more smooth. Oh, the yes, kind of the road, but bring them back for the funny. Yeah, I prefer D3 Demon Hunter over D4 Rogue any day. Like it's like not even close for me. Bring back the Demon Hunter and then make Rogue the assassin class, and just make Demon Hunter the actual bow class with traps and stuff. Turn Rogue into assassin like it really should be. Assassin with traps, and then like bow with like javelins and whatever you can call it. Amazon Hunter, I don't care. You can call it whatever you want. Yo, in your opinion, is AI drumming already beyond human ability? I haven't like sat down and like any of it, to be honest. I kind of don't want to. Like I legit don't want to. Quickie, what's going on? Appreciate the follow. One day pin shot will be top row Bale. I mean, who knows? I don't know why they hate melee rogue. What do you mean? I would say melee rogue has been more for the entire life of Diablo 4, including like the beta. Melee rogue has had more dominance than bow rogue for longer periods of time. But I do think that the idea of a hybrid class is just silly with the way that the game is designed. Like it just doesn't work. You're never gonna pick one of each and design a build around it. You're not gonna do that. You're just not. You can't, and you're not gonna do that. Wait, do we consider Twisting Blades melee? Yeah. People just literally stand on top of the enemy and just spam Twisting Blades on top of them. It's about as melee as you're gonna get on a rogue. People don't use the returning blade part of it, which is actually what I missed about it. I liked it a lot in the beta when the returning blades was like where most of the damage was, where you kind of like jump around from pack to pack. But they neutered that and just kind of just made it a short range flurry at the end of the day, which I disliked. I think they did that because they wanted to make it more accessible, or Twisting Blades more accessible to players and whatever. But Blade Dancer was not the aspect that was in in-game beta. It was a whole different thing that revolved around returning blades, not blades circling around you. And I miss it. I miss that way so much, which is why I don't really touch Twisting Blades now. Like people ask me about it, it's like, oh, you must hate Twisting Blades. I'm like, I don't really hate it, but like I guess I had a taste of what it was supposed to be initially, and I have a hard time like wanting to play the final version that they did. Woody Joe's kind of like in a similar boat too. Past like launch, he hasn't really done much with Twisting Blades. Because literally, he felt the exact same way. But yeah, the current version of Twisting Blades is definitely melee. But yeah, current as in like ever since launch. What's a good idea? The strongest starter D4. It was, but I didn't like the play style of it then.
Stars guide you.
I think a lot of it, the times when I ask people like what did they like about Twisting Blades back then, And like I never really get like a detailed answer. It's just more so the fact that it was strong and it dealt a lot of damage and it was easy to kill Lilith with, right? If I ask for like mechanical details, people don't really have much to say about it. It's like, well, it was strong. Yeah. It was really bugged, which is what made it strong. But what about it mechanically did you like? Because mechanically, it hasn't changed since launch. Like it functions legit, practically the exact same way playstyle since launch. Just the damage numbers look quite different, relative, right? What's my favorite rogue skill now? I guess I'd probably say Heart Seeker. Heart Seeker or Arena Rails, one of the two. But it was Rapid Fire for a while before the new ring came out. I don't like that ring at all. I hate what they did. Like I legit hate what they did. The Rapid Fire. Which flurry is more punchy on bosses. Feels great to clear with. I feel like flurry gets slept on a lot. Well, this is actually quite fun to play. Ow. That feels good. Like before, they will overly buff something and then there for later. been a few seasons since this happened. I'm worried the next season, Lightning Sword are going to be the fastest to play with again. They seem to be more cautious. Can we nerf Shroud? I mean, like the Shroud of False Death or Dark Shroud? Oh, Shroud of yeah. So yeah. I used to complain about it like many seasons ago. I'm like, this is gonna be best in slot for practically forever, except for last season. It kind of wasn't for some builds because of the Chaos Armor stuff. So there was a time frame on Rogue where Shroud really on over half the builds was not best in slot, but outside of that, Shroud has been that chest no matter what. We'll do it front of horse just cause I wanna shake it up. Nah, we need a second OP chest like Power Corner. Nah, for the mythics. I don't know. So I don't think they've really nerfed Tyraels. I think just with the way that the new scaling of toughness is, Tyraels just got hit hard. Like they didn't scale it with the new toughness properly, which is why the Tyraels is not even like a I'll use this until type chest like it used to be. Which is kind of rough because I actually dropped the Tyraels first, and I was like, "Oh, cool! I'll use this for now." And then like straight up, it was straight up bad. It was like awful. Could have made damage proc pop off to compensate. Fair, I agree. Give me some better boons, please. That's just, yeah, back to back Andoriel's just on full tilt. How that helm fell off so hard. Or fallen off so hard. His grandfather's back up? Yeah. The grandpappy.
Alex Swiss raided my stream with
Yo,
37
dark
views.
side.
I was with the
We just
raid.
got
I can't do
raided,
a dance
son.
now because I just started away, but
You know how we do.
appreciate you, sir.
Drop my new beat for these new viewers.
It's the biggest verse I couldn't do the raid dance tonight.
Got Sheezy. Out.
I'm doing pretty well. Just chill farming. I haven't been able to blast as much as I would have liked this season, mainly because of work stuff, but still enjoying myself. Just need to actually learn how to sanctify better. Apparently, I didn't sacrifice enough of my firstborns to RNGesus. So. Real life comes first, yeah. Equinox, what's up? Am I liking Rogue season? I mean, honestly, like most of the classes hasn't really changed much. That's the one thing I will say about like this season, which I know seems like a kind of a small complaint compared to how much crap we actually did get this season and a whole freaking new class and all. But I feel like we got like a bunch of new things, or revamp things, but using the same tools. If that makes sense. I think I used this example earlier in my stream. I'm like, like imagine like going into like a brand new planet. Like we just inhabit a new planet with like the whole like the atmosphere is different, gravity's different. You know, like outside is completely different than what you're used to, but you have the same car, the same house, the same job, the same friends. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, don't get me wrong. I mean, crazy new scenery and you know all that stuff, but it's like you're still within the same bubble of things that you're so used to being inside of, if that makes sense. But I guess we really won't see much of that changes until like, you know, the actual expansion. Yo, all these brands have been terrible. Like Borderlands 4. Fair. Yeah. Yo, what's the rogue push build this season besides traps? So Heartseeker feels weak compared to other classes. Heartseeker's like Rogue is like it's in 4th place right now. With Heartseeker. So like they're ahead of like Necromancer, Sork, and not Bar, Necromancer, Sword, Spiritborn? I'm trying to think of. Yeah. So. Then again, like I'm not really big on the whole push side of things. I still think it's a awful gameplay, but I feel like next season will be crazy. I guess with the expansion, gosh dang man, look at this man. All my boons are terrible. I feel like with it being so close to expansion, that they're just gonna wait until the expansion before we really see like major stuff. I must be missing something in that build because I do hundreds of millions while Pallies do hundreds of billions. No, you're not missing anything. What you're not thinking about is that Pally is DLC. Of course they're gonna do more damage. Just like Spiritborn at launch did more damage. Of course they're gonna do more damage. They're trying to sell more pre-orders. You think they're gonna really release a, convince people to actually want to pre-order expansion if the Paladin was weak? Then they're not gonna come out and say that that's what they did. But of course we all know that's what they did. You give them an uncapped Paragon node worth 1,000% more damage that no other class has, that the Spiritborn had, ironically, on launch, that you were just like, oops. That's no oops. That was on purpose. Not to mention, Heartseeker can deal billions of damage to you, by the way. Just you just gotta keep scaling. But no, it's not gonna reach Paladin level. No class is reaching Paladin level right now. On purpose. Alright, you have a good night, Alex. Appreciate you. Shiva, appreciate the follow. Dude, my boons have been so terrible. No Chaos Waves. No Fiend boons. No real Fiend boons. No real Hellborn boons. Even the Soul Spire ones have been trash. That's kind of what I get for doing horrors in the first place. Let's be real. The rewards for horrors are terrible right now. My favorite content in the game. Terrible rewards. You too, sir. You have a good night. Gosh, man. Jeez. All these are bad. For being the fast pacers, they go to the XP. Yeah. So about the pit thing, like, I'm okay with it not being the best XP. I definitely don't mind the change up, but I also think that, like, I don't know if, boss spamming is where you wanted the XP to come from, like the best XP to come from. I feel like they could have buffed it, like Forgotten Wisdom, sigils or whatever, to give a decent amount of XP or something, or in front of hordes. Give me like an XP chest so I could spend Aether on or something. But yeah. I don't even care anymore. I don't even care what the boon is. This run is like so bad. Enjoys the whole gameplay. A lot of people are RMT. Well, they're gonna RMT anyways, regardless of what the loop is, right? Realistically speaking. But I guess I would have preferred it to be pits over spamming bosses, but it would be nice if pit wasn't by far the best, place for XP, which it has been for, almost 2 years now. Well, a year and a half-ish. Because Pit has its own issue, right? Like, I mean, the XP scaling was terrible. So like you were not rewarded for like playing it like in the higher pits or slightly higher pits. Like basically whatever you can do in like 60 seconds is best. Anything more, unless your class just can't do 60 seconds, was just like not worth. Which meant that there was only like one way to play for XP runs, because everything else was like wildly inefficient. So it had its own problem too. But maybe we'll see a patch or something. I don't know. Probably coping at this point. Came back for a month for last season, and the last time we played was season 1. Season is fun for you. Well, yeah, if you haven't played in a while, the game feels like a completely different game for sure. So that there's kind of like a lot to chew on. Yeah. You're forced to do piss for glyphs, so it should have good XP. I guess that's the thing. Like, I guess we're so used to it being far better than any other place for XP that the way it is right now just seems, relative to what it was, like terrible XP. Right? I mean, it's okay. Okay, as in like not the worst thing you can do, but it's far from what it used to be. But it also just goes to show you how far ahead it was. So they just need to find a better balance. Have I played Flare this season? No. I don't mind closing the gap between blasters and casuals. Ultimately, this game is for more chill, but I want something to achieve that no one else can if you're willing to invest the time. Well, that's what Lilith was, remember? Like, Uber Lilith was that for some time before they nerfed her into obscurity. Right? Yeah. I used to love fighting Lilith back in the day. Even with the bugs. It was fun. It was frustratingly challenging, but I enjoyed it. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. But yeah, I agree. I absolutely agree with you. They just, I guess, have to strike that balance in some way. Giving something for the more blaster type players to chew on, to do. Like I said, right now we aren't the ones that's like making the money, which is like, I'm not saying the devs don't want to do it, but like when you look at it from a corporate standpoint, what does the company itself get out of making more hardcore content, if that makes sense? I mean, maybe the 5% of us that would actually like engage in that would play, but we're not going to spend, we aren't the ones spending money on the cosmetics and stuff. That's like putting, money in their pockets. So from the higher ups, it's probably hard to justify that, because they are a corporation and their only job is to make money. However, it would be very nice of them to look at it and be like, you know what? These guys have been fans of, you know, Diablo for a long time. You know, you got people who want to play long term. Let's give them something, you know. But you know, that's just pipe dream, you know. So yeah. Lazy Gamer, she said, you feel like I'm doing no damage compared to last season with the same build. Well, last season we had Chaos Armor, and we also had like power from the season theme. So neither we don't have neither of those. And we have Sanctification, obviously, which is, you know, depending on the class and how many sinks that you actually hit, you know, will make you feel strong. But until then, yeah, you're gonna feel like you were nerfed from last season. I don't know how to actually like do this thing. How does this work? Do I kill things around the thing, or how does that work? Okay, I guess that's how that works. Trying to decide if I want to do Dance of Knives or Heart Seeker, but Doc, Dance of Knives is the only thing that's strong enough on T3. You got a nav, okay. But yeah, I do agree about I would like to see more skill-based challenge stuff in the game. Pit doesn't satisfy that itch at all, and I'm kind of feeling like Tower isn't going to either. It's just loosely based off of Pit, but I think, I mean, we'll get better decision making from the Tower, but like skill based gameplay, we're not going to really see that in the Tower either. Like I said, I think Lilith was the closest thing we had to that. And it'll be a while before we see anything remotely like that again, I guess. Hear anything about builds? Trying to decide if you want to do Dance of Knives or Heart Seeker, but my Dance of Knives is the only thing that's strong enough to do on T3. I mean, they're both really good in-game builds. At that point, you have to kind of just decide on which one you think you'd have more fun playing. Heart Seeker might, I think, probably has a steeper requirement before you really start to feel it, like you know, to feel the strength or whatever. But both are good. So I think the full set of cosmetics from the raid there. So there's that. Once we do Heart Seeker, I've done Dance of Knives and Barrage multiple times, but never Heart Seeker. Yeah. Heartseeker definitely, like, it starts to pop off when you get the glove. Once you get the basic attack aspects or whatever, or the basic aspects like Acceptability and Moonrise, and you get Pain Gorgers. Pain Gorgers is like the second most important item in that equation. Because in reality, the majority of your damage is actually coming from the Pain Gorgers proc, actually. Most people aren't really aware, but yeah. It's not sure how to survive with it, even at T1 with your current gear. Are you able to proc barrier? Like second win? Because I don't know how far you are with the Heartseeker build. Like, are you able to use preparation? Do you have the Shard of Arathio yet? Kind of sort of thing. Because like that matters a lot. But in the meantime, I mean, you can use your Dancing Knives to farm for more Heartseeker stuff, though. Your Dancing Knives is a bit stronger for now. It's funny because I leveled with Heartseeker and then I did Heartseeker in game for a bit. I used Heartseeker to get gear for Rain of Arrows, and now I'm using Rain of Arrows to make my Rain of Arrows stronger and also get better gear for Heartseeker. Heartseeker, you better have anything. Okay, well that explains a lot. I'm not gonna make the timer because I wasn't paying attention to the activities. Oh well. I still get a pretty decent chunk of whatever. Came back from playing season 5. And I really enjoyed the game. I compared to that. Oh yeah, the game has changed a lot since then. I think for those who play it every season, it's kind of hard to appreciate some of the quality of life that has happened over the course of seasons. But yeah, like if you haven't played in a while, it definitely feels like a brand new game. I say brand new game, but like it just feels a lot different. Wolf, appreciate the follow. Just found GA Heartseeker pants, very nice. Yeah, Abysite Star. Do Nightmare Dungeons that have the Stronghold affix on it. Strongholds give a lot of that for they just give a lot of that, but that way. Right now, the best source of Abysite that you can get, outside of like the Treasure Goblins, the Treasure Goblin Nightmare Dungeon sigils. Just Hell Ties and my T16 pits to get those items for Heartseeker. Yeah, I mean keep building your Dance of Knives, like make it stronger so you can farm faster and stuff like that too, to get your Heartseeker up and going. Once you do, you'll enjoy it. Scrabbles, yeah, I've done that too. I definitely have done that. I became a different carry you could piss just to level my glyphs as well as I struggle with T15. Make sure that you are tempering your stuff. Even gear you think you're gonna replace, like at that early, like tempering stuff is like makes a big difference. Is that try to get a season? It is.
Christ, show me mercy.
Really, Peter? With the Bop It reference. I don't think I didn't know where you got that from. Kind of want to go over here. I'm gonna try to get all the whatchamacalls out of this sigil. Actually, wait a minute. I gotta go. I don't have to go here, but I'm going to. Nice, 24K.
Fortune has chosen you and you alone, Wanderer. You won't find another one of those so easily.
Red Out killed this parody. It doesn't get nearly as much like praise as like Thomas Paradise and like White and Nerdy or whatever. But like this one was also really good. No, I'll do one more horrors and then I'm gonna have to go. Instead it's a whisper. I'm mainly doing it so I can finish up my seasonal thing. Gotta get this going on. It sucks though, because like hordes is like my favorite content to do. For it to be so unrewarding this season. Remember thoughts about the grind to get legendary powers like Grandfather Sanctified in your gear? Well, I mean, those to get stuff like that to happen is like winning a lottery, which I guess technically is what action RPGs are at its root, right? You can just get lucky with RNG to get good stuff, right? I mean, you don't necessarily have to have a Grandfather or on your two-hander or whatever. It's nice to have it, but nothing in the game requires you to have anything sanctified. Getting the sanctification stuff is just the icing on the cake that makes it like a fun type of like RNG gambler game, I guess. Gives you something else to chase for min-maxing. I mean, I think it's fine. Also really helps with the economy, like the trade economy is doing really well because of that. Or sanctification being what it is. Yeah, Chaos Wave early. Thank you. Yeah, that wasn't too bad. Get back here. I kind of like the Aether Lords though. guess I'll try this one. Oh, I didn't get that in time. My boost kind of went downhill after the first like two. That one chaos wave, which I hope I can get one more of. That's a good round. Yay. Oh, and it's a gun roll. It's- Okay, that definitely was not bad. Yeah, I'll get the Hellborn ambushing me. Okay. Let's see how much this actually gets me here in this. I'm at 24.7. 3,000 ops that on this. Let's see how bad is it. Not even like maybe 300. All right, I'm gonna whisper. Yeah, I think I'm gonna call it. I have to like start putting together or putting back together my hard secret build. Now that I got considerably better pieces than I did when I was doing it first 2 days of the season. Rogue is meh right now. How come you feel that way, Houseby? Is it because of Paladin? Oh, you want to go through Twisting Blades? Okay, fair. Well, I mean, everything is kind of meh compared to Paladin, but I think that was to be expected. I don't think anyone was expecting any class to kind of keep up with Paladin. So I mean, everybody's kind of feeling the same thing. Ads, okay. Danny, you said, yeah. So I guess what I'm saying, Houseby, is that like if you're, I hear like every time I hear that comment, I always think of, okay, it's Paladin, is it? And everyone's like, yeah, it's Paladin. I'm like, well, of course Paladin is going to be a little stronger than the other classes, or a bit stronger. It's the DLC. The company would never admit that they actually made them, the Paladin stronger on purpose, or like gave it such a huge universal buff that they can play anything that they want, so they can feel good about their purchase. I mean, it kind of makes sense from a marketing standpoint. But yeah, all the other classes are not going to feel as solid as a Paladin right now. Now, don't get me wrong, that one Paragon node will get nerfed in the future, but they did that on purpose, the same way that they did that like on Spiritborn. Even though the Spiritborn kind of got out of control with all the bugs or whatever, but at least the Paladin is not as crazy busted as the Spiritborn was at expansion launch. But they gave Paladin that same exact Paragon node where you're buffing your damage by 1,000%, which is ridiculous. They knew what they were doing. Like, that's not even like you're not even hiding it at that point. So we know that when they did it with Spiritborn, that was not a mistake. But yeah, all the classes are gonna feel meh compared to Spiritborn, compared to Paladin for now. But Paladin will get brought down to reasonable levels after they made enough money off the expansion, naturally. Kind of like what happened to Spiritborn. I just said it's gonna go right too. This will be my last one now. I saw the whisper. I'm like, I can get that real quick. PO2 in PO2 in the good right now. There's mixed opinions about it. Some good, some meh. I don't think the Druid is as well received as the Paladin was, or is, like, currently. There was more hype about the Druid than the Paladin, but now, like, after both of them have released, there's been way more positive things about the Paladin than the Druid for PoE2. But I mean, outside of that, though, I mean, there's been some good changes that happened on PoE2 as well. So, I mean, if you like both games, I mean, it's definitely a season to also check out, a league to also check out. It's just obviously unfortunate that they release around a similar time frame, but it is what it is. PoE2 full release yet? No, it won't be for like another year. They're behind. Incognito is up. Let's go back. Full name. I'm actually getting ready to like log off. But yeah, man, nice seeing you again. Rip, I know. Question: I found all the temporary maps for some reason I can't get second one. Second one is missing. It's not there. It's not there as a temporary anymore. But we didn't know that until the season launched, because we didn't have access to that information or whatever, because it wasn't on PTR, so no, it doesn't exist. I made some changes to the guide already. I don't know if it has been like, if the cache is like updated or not, but Yeah, you go for barrier generation instead of second wind. It's practically the same thing, but barrier generation is just a little weaker than the second wind, but it's still the same. It's still the same concept. Yeah. I gotta do a mass update of a lot of things in general, just because of the whole. We didn't know what things were gonna be sanctified or what could be sanctified and all stuff like that. So there's a lot.